We are live. What's up, guys? With my boy Mark Lack. I want to make sure this works. We don't use this be live too much. I'm going to go to my page and share it, but hope everyone's doing well. Mark just got off a speech in Texas, and I just got done working at the coffee shop. So he's in a hotel. I'm at a coffee shop. We just want to be fully authentic and transparent, but we really want to talk networking. We get a ton of questions about how to master networking, how to level up your network, how to reach out to people, and how to get a hold of anybody. So we're just going to dive into a couple things. We're going to talk about the biggest mistakes people make, and then give you guys some tactical strategies and value on how to really network at the highest level. But let me share this real quick. Go ahead and tell us where you're watching from below. And like always, I'm going to pick a winner to give a signed copy of 6 Months to Six Figures. All you got to do is share this and then comment below where you're watching from. And I'm going to pick a winner tomorrow. So please share this. Thank you for you guys watching the replay. Mark, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, dude. Literally just got off a stage like 45 minutes to an hour ago. Ate really quick because Peter and I wanted to jam out for you guys.
Love it, man. So real quick, before we even dive in, just talk about the benefits of networking, because I see people that have no network and how much it hurts them. They're struggling. They're not making the money they want. That they don't have leverage in their business, and they're stressed out. And then I see people with amazing networks. Doesn't matter what the resources are, how much money they have. Networking always helps them level up at the highest level. So what are some benefits in your eyes to networking, like having a good network? Yeah,
I mean, first thing is it sounds so elementary, like we've heard this before. Like, what are the benefits of eating healthy? What are the benefits of networking? Well, it sounds so easy, but common sense isn't always common practice. And we might know networking is important, but my question for you would be, how many hours every day, every week, every month do you spend actually investing your time, energy, and here's the kicker, your money, to actually get around high-level influencers who are achieving the results that you want? And so networking is one of those things where it's easy to acknowledge, yeah, Peter, Mark, okay, networking. But in all honesty, when I meet people, their network is in reflection to their net worth, and they usually don't have the money they want. And guess what? They're not hanging around the right people that have the money they want or the results they want. And so it's one of these obvious things that I see all the time, but you usually are a reflection of the people you hang out around. There's a reason why you're a badass. It's because I'm just going to be transparent. I'm trying to only hang out with other successful people who are living a lifestyle that I would, want to step into. So you and I connected, and, I just got paid what some people would be happy to make in a month in 1 hour to speak here in Texas. And now I'm in the hotel room talking, and you do the same thing, but it's because of our network that we've been able to get around has given us access to information, to opportunities that's then propelled our success to another level at a young age. So, network is hands down.
And it's shared knowledge, new opportunities, increased influence, income. You can cut your learning curve in half. It raises your social profile. It raises your personal awareness. And of course, you have more leverage for you and your brand. And in turn, for me and you, the big thing for us is impacting more people and not being able to have anyone tell us what we're worth or what to do. So the better your network, the more leverage you have to do what you want on your terms, period. You know what I mean? And we're really going to dive into the wrong way to network, because we see a lot of people really doing it, not just the wrong way, but almost counterproductive, where they're killing their network. And you have to understand, guys, that everyone that has a network once didn't. We're not talking about the 5% that have inheritance that were born into a network. I'm talking about 95% of society that didn't have a network that does now. They really started from scratch. So we're going to dive into that. So let's talk about, Mark, the biggest mistakes people make when networking. Some of the wrong ones that I've seen for me is they ask right away for something without giving any value. So for example, successful people, the number one thing they value on earth is their time. And what do most people ask right away for successful people to give them is their time. And 99% don't respond to you. They go on about their success. They're reaching out without taking any action first, bad timing. So what are some things that you've seen people do the wrong way the last couple of years? Reaching out to you, or just in general when you motivate and talk to people in your workshops, things like that? What are the wrong ways that people network?
So first I want to add, you and I both know a lot of successful people. And one of the most successful people that I personally know, he gave me a great piece of advice. He said, if I could lose everything, all my success, all of my money, all of my knowledge, if I could literally lose everything and go back in time and I could only keep one thing that I've been good at, it would be networking and partnering. And I said, that's so interesting. Why? If you could lose everything and only bring one thing with you to start over and be successful with, it'd be your ability to network and build connections and get partners. And I said, why is that? And he said, well, someone, some entity, some business, some person already has the money, the distribution channels, the capabilities to create it, the people, the team, the knowledge, the skill sets, the capital, whatever it is, someone or some entity already has everything that you'd ever need or want. If you could just find a way to get access to them and give them to let you have access to their knowledge, capital, resources, distribution, team, etc., you can now have access to everything. So that was just making one final emphasis on how important networking is, that this guy who's worth hundreds of millions of dollars said that's the only skill set he would keep out of all the skill sets he's had would be how to build great relationships and network with high-level people. So, the thing that I think individuals can do that's better, and you and I talk about this all the time, and again, some of this stuff's so common sense, I hope, but like going into a relationship and not looking to take first, but instead looking to add value, it sounds so obvious and we've all heard it, but here's the thing. Even though you and I are preaching it, sometimes I'm a victim too, where I might think I'm on a different level, so I won't go into a relationship for that. And so as a reminder for people, I'm still making the mistake, even though I want to give advice. So the real thing to acknowledge here is, are you doing it all the time, or are you aware of the relationships where you're no longer doing it? And so what I do is I always check in with myself in different relationships and make sure I'm going in and I'm adding value. So you actually have to check in with yourself first. So one of the tips to be better at networking is check in your own shit at the door. And so you got to acknowledge, are you actually doing it? Because I could tell you something else, but that's not going to matter if the first thing I'm saying doesn't happen. And that is that you actually are checking in, acknowledging, am I building the habit of adding value to every relationship I come in contact with? Nothing else will matter if you don't do that first. The second thing is, now that you're aware of always checking in to make sure you're adding value to people first, then we're getting down to the next thing, which is actually, what do I do now? And that is, you want to do your research. If you can either do your research immediately when you meet the person by asking the right questions to identify where they have an issue or problem that you might be able to solve directly or indirectly through your own services, or by brokering and facilitating your own network and their skill sets to come in and help solve the problem as a connector. There's always a way, if you have the awareness and you condition the pattern of always looking for me to how to do my research and understand where this person is coming from. So if I understand them by asking the right questions that let me identify where is there an issue that I can add value to or connect value. And if you do that, you're on the path to rinsing and repeating that over and over again until you start to actually have hundreds and thousands of people that you can start to connect. And so it has a compounding effect.
And does everyone get that? A lot of people say, well, I don't have value to give. You can facilitate value, or you can, there's a lot of different ways. It could be through context, through capital, through paying them. It could be maybe your expertise or knowledge, introducing them to a new audience. The biggest thing, Mark, that I've seen people that get a hold of me are that out of the 99 people that apply, the one person that I actually reach back out to is they've taken action or they've shown they're serious. So if someone reaches out to you and they're like, Mark, can I have your time? You don't respond because everyone else does that. So if someone says, hey, Mark, I checked out your workshop, or I gave you a review on Amazon for your book, and I've shared your message with all of my followers. They're not as big as, obviously, my list isn't as big as yours, but I've done those things. I've also bought 5 copies of your book for the biggest influencers I know. Do you have 5 minutes? You're going to have a way better shot at reaching out back to them and saying, hey, I'll give you some time, because they've taken some actual action and showed they're serious through giving you real results. It doesn't matter if it's one on review or not. It's an action.
And I want to jump in because it's so crucial what you just said, which is that I want to make the point that that never goes away. Even if you're in my level, which, by the way, you and I are not even at a fraction of the potential for what we're going to do in the next 5 years, let alone 20. And so even though we're at a certain level right now, we're not even close to where we're going to be. My point is, as you and I and everyone listening advances up the ladder of success and status, whatever that even means, whatever your level is, as you advance up the ladder, you need to actually do more of what we're saying. It's not, well, once I become successful, I don't have to send gifts to people and get their attention and buy their products and services. I'm telling you, the people that are way more successful than me still do it at the highest level. I'll still pay the fee for you to come and speak. I'll still pay for your charity. I'll still pay for whatever. Because at that level, you have the money anyways. You show it as a sign of respect. And so for the people that are like, I shouldn't have to pay for your stuff to get your attention and your time, it's a symbol of respect. Back in the tribal times, you would never show up to another person without a gift, bearing a gift. It's the same thing. Show respect. Either send the person a gift or buy their product or service, show them a symbol of a gift, and then out of integrity, the person almost has to respond depending on the gift that you send. And so look at networking like old school tribal times. Always bring a gift to a stranger if you want their time and attention.
That's huge. And me and you were doing this at the beginning when we didn't know each other. I was trying to give a ton of value to you, and I wasn't asking for anything. And you were trying to do the same. We didn't ask each other for anything for like a year and a half. Yeah. And that's why obviously we're really, really close friends now, which is pretty awesome. So guys, real quick, any questions you have, let us know below and we'll answer those. Also, go ahead and share this and comment where you're watching from. And obviously, we're not going to get a ton of viewers right now because it's Friday. Most people are out doing things. I commend you guys. Much respect for you guys investing in yourself and watching this while most people are escaping reality, doing whatever they do on a Friday night. One thing I'll tell you guys, the entrepreneur lifestyle, entrepreneurs don't go by normal days of the week. They work and play whenever they want. It's a whole different lifestyle when it comes to scheduling success. I'll sometimes work all day Saturday, Sunday, and I'll take Monday through Thursday off. We're traveling all the time. So I challenge everybody. I don't care if you're at a 9-to-5 now or not. Getting into entrepreneurship is something I think everyone should experience. And it's never been easier. It's not easy. It's simple. It's never been simpler to start your own business, to build a brand, to actually rise above the noise and make money on your terms, which is why we're here helping you as well. Because we get, yes, it's fulfilling succeeding ourselves. But I don't know about you, Mark, but I get way more fulfillment and way more excitement helping other people succeed now than just myself. Results are one thing, but getting other people results is amazing. That's why we're obviously doing our workshop, doing this live stream right now.
That's like the tipping point, right? I get people all the time. They're like, if you're successful, why are you selling education? I'm like, well, two things. One, when people pay, they pay attention. I'll say that again. When you pay attention. You and I give away so many hundreds of hours, if not thousands of hours of free content, the same stuff we would charge money for. So we are giving it away for free. The difference is at some level, people want to pay to get access to us to really lean in on it. Yeah, man. I mean, you were just nailing it on the head. You got to live life on your terms. My point of the fulfillment thing I wanted to bring up was I just got off stage where I got paid to speak. And obviously the payment's awesome, right? Like that's a huge reason for why I came out here. But then somebody came up to me and was like, dude, your speech just changed my life. And I was like, wow, that just like helped make my whole speech worth it. Because honestly, it's when people's lives are truly impacted because you've now helped shift the direction of their success, which therefore helps shift the direction of their family, their ability to give better experiences, their ability to live life on their terms. So when you shift somebody's business with new insights and strategies, you literally change their life because you help change their financial success. And therefore, you affect their family and everything in a positive way. So, dude, it is 100% about the fulfillment. And once you get to a certain level of success where your own needs are taken care of, you just know that you got to charge people for more level of access and advice because when you pay attention. And if you've got money, invest it in yourself.
You got to have your skin in the game. I mean, I don't know if there's anything else you should invest in than yourself when you think about it. You know what I mean? It's just hands down when you really logically think about it. I'm betting on myself. A lot of people bet on sporting events and they're betting on everything except themselves. I'm betting on myself 7 days a week.
Because they just sold their dream at the door when they got a job. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's obviously harder. We're missing a lot of context. But for a lot of people that are entrepreneurial, but they're stuck in a job, those are the ones that haven't sold themselves enough on their own ability to follow through.
100%. Fully agree. So guys, there's a two-part here. There's networking and reaching out to high-level people, getting a hold of anybody you want in the industry to interview, which will Mark give you a tip on how to do that. We've both interviewed billionaires, people that you guys have heard of, Gary Vaynerchuk, Eric Thomas, Damon John, Tim Ferriss, Ryan Blair, Ariana Huffington. I mean,
I'm over 1,000. You're at hundreds or whatever you're at. Like together, we've done like almost 2,000 interviews. So interviews.
It's twofold. So the first thing is reaching out and getting a network of people you can reach out to. The second part is your circle of influence that you're around. So you need to evaluate your circle of influence with the people that are around you on a daily basis, because they're either raising your standards and holding you to high standards, or they're letting you off the hook. And if you don't have people around you that have already leveled up, that are influencing you on a positive note, you're going to subconsciously settle. And I always challenge people to make a make it or break a list. Make a list of the 5 or 6 people that you spend time with that are raising your standards, that really make you level up and force you to take big action. And then make a list of the people that are maintenance friends that are dragging you down, because you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. There's nothing that made a bigger difference on my success. I can't speak for Mark, but I know obviously you didn't have a network before, and you obviously were struggling in the past, just like I have. I was dead broke, but there's nothing that made a bigger difference on my success, guys, than who I associated with and leveling up my circle of influence and getting rid of toxic people who don't make you feel exceptional, who don't make your standards raised, because life's too short. So just get rid of the people that drag you down, because right when you set a goal that's big, whether it's to network with billionaires, right when you set a goal that's bigger, you're not going to relate to people that are at a lower level because they're insecure and they don't want you to go to that next level because it makes them inferior, right? So you have to make sure you get around the right people.
That's how you find out if people aren't cheering you on when you become more successful, or even articulate, hey, I'm going to do this new thing. I know it's crazy and like I'm way out there by going on my own. And they're like, oh no. It's like, what? You want to be with people that are up leveling you, like always cheering each other on. Class. Yeah.
What happens if you make, I mean, you've made $100,000 from, we're not going to talk about money here, guys, but what happens when you make $150,000 in a month, and then everyone you're at the table with is like, oh, I made that last week. You're like, shoot. Yeah. Or if you make $6,000 a month and everyone around you makes $4,000 a month, you're like, dude, $6,000, I'm good. I'm going to settle. It's like, trust me, if you add up go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, it all boils down to your environments. You know, this was one of the things this changed my life when I realized, and it was from lots and lots of studying and mentors. It's like, look, if you want to change your results, then you got to change your behavior. But if you want to change your behavior, you got to change the way you think and feel, your mindset. And so if you want to change your mindset, you got to change what's conditioning it. What are the habits that you have that condition your mindset, your values, the way you think, feel, and behave? Well, what conditions you? Your environments. And so at the whole root of it, you want to change your result. It's not changing the behavior. It's not changing the mindset. It's not changing how you get conditioned. It's changing the environment, because if you change the environment, all of the rest happens automatically. And so it's like fixing the pipes. You can fix the pipe down here, but if the pipe back here is busted, it doesn't matter what you do. And for a lot of people right now that are tuned in, I just want you to understand, being in an environment will condition you to have the mindset to think, feel, and behave accordingly, to take the right action long enough to get a new result that's lasting, like a sustainably, successful business. So at 100%. The top, if people can just get in the right environments, the success kind of takes care of itself.
100%. I want to say what's up to Jamie, Douglas, Josiah, Tony, Anna, Nathan, Nick, Ramaya, a lot of game changers on here. Jonathan, Matthew, Joe, Nick, Andy.
I didn't even see these comments until now.
Yeah. Frank, what's up, Frank? Frank was at our inner circle.
I would have been acknowledging all these people. We got my boy Nick, Jonathan.
By the way, guys, I want to see the important, like this Facebook Live, if you agree that networking is at the top of the list of things that you should master in success. If you don't agree, don't do it. But do you feel like networking is at like the top of one of the top things that to master as an entrepreneur? Let us know. Show some love. Get some likes going.
Question. It's like like the old does a bear shit in the woods? Yeah. Again, like I said earlier, it's like one of the most successful people I know said, if I could only take one thing with me and start all over, it would be my ability to network and get access to the right people, because the right people have access to everything else. It's just like huge. One of the number one things I myself, and you introduce me all the time, instead of as like personal branding guy or sales or marketing, you're like, this is the networking guy. And I'm always like,
network, yep.
I just get pigeonholed into that. And that's not even my thing, because I'm just doing all the right stuff. Right.
But what you're sharp. You're sharp. You want to be known as the branding guy, because no one talks about how important branding is. If you have a brand, if you know how to build a brand in this new economy, you are bulletproof and you are irreplaceable. Period. If you have a brand and you have an influence, and you let's say you have a brand that's has raving fans, people love, you could strip everything away from you, you could get it back very quickly if you have a real brand that's actually sustainable. So me and Mark, and some of you guys are asking about it, me and Mark about a year ago, we're talking about kind of creating a networking event where we could bring together game changers and entrepreneurs that really want to level up, take their brand, their influence, their income, their success to the next level, and kind of teach them everything we know about branding and about networking. And Mark just got a house, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
5 months ago.
Barely, yeah.
A $1 million home in I guess it's Ladera Ranch in the LA Hills. Yeah. And you guys may have heard, we're doing a workshop there as well, by the way, guys, outside of LA next Saturday.
Yeah, so people commenting on here that are either from the last one saying it was the best thing ever, or they're already coming on May 12th and they're saying how pumped they are. So shout out to my boy Douglas, Jamie, Sam.
Austin's what's up? Coming. Oh, Josiah, I know you're going to be there as well. So you guys can, if you want to learn more, we're not going to put the link. This is not a straight promotion for that. We wanted to give value, but I also will kind of bring up the agenda to show you guys what we're going to talk about.
We just wanted to give value. And the funny thing is, the most value we could give is just letting them know that we have an opportunity to spend a day with us at my house. So like that would be the most value we could add in addition to the value we just added.
If you want to hang with us, guys, and you want to learn more, comment below if you're interested in learning more. If you're from LA, San Diego, and you want to drive in, awesome. It's funny, last workshop we had, last networking event, I think 40 or 50% of the people weren't even from the area. They flew in from Colorado. Two people flew in from Canada. So wherever you are.
Yeah.
A lot of Canada people, which is great. I think they want to get out of the cold weather. Funny.
Probably.
But some of the things we're going to talk about is how to simplify your entire business, everything in your head, getting rid of all the noise and simplifying it into a simple one page. We're going to talk about how to literally strategically build your $1 million network and get a hold of anybody that you want to interview. Literally, Mark's going to walk through a Facebook strategy on how to get a hold of it. Get 200,000 views on any video you want.
I did it on a banana.
Oh, that's right.
Just to prove the point, I got a banana, 113,000 views in 2 days on a brand new Facebook page. You can literally anything. And obviously a banana is stupid, which is the point. You actually have a product, a service, a message, some form of value, some story in you that's going to make a difference.
What about Jimmy the Rock?
I did it with a rock out of a garden. A rock. So yeah, I mean, the point is we have a lot of fun. We try to make everything as simple as possible to understand. I remember Albert Einstein always said, successful people, or the hardest thing about it is like taking something complex and making it simple. And if you're not getting the results you want yet, it might be because of some level of complex problem you can't solve or that you're not even aware of. And so, getting access to Peter and I to help overcome whatever it is that you're struggling with faster, or at the least help accelerate what you're already doing to achieve the results you want faster, either in your network, your influence, your personal brand, your business, whatever it is. So
complexity is the enemy of execution. And here's the problem. When you're overwhelmed, subconsciously, you will seek distraction. So when you're overwhelmed, you never take action. So we're going to help you simplify. I'm also going to give you the tools on how to position yourself as the leading authority and really how to attract the right people coming to you so you don't have to market all the time and you don't have to chase clients. Mark's going to talk about how to optimize the sales process, how to make sure you're maximizing your pricing strategy. We're going to talk video content. We're going to do videos with you. Last time we had everyone doing different videos for their brand as well. And then we're going to talk about $1 million time management strategies and productivity strategies. But it's really, if you had to simplify it, Mark, I think it's just how to build a thriving brand in the new economy, not what worked 10 years ago, but how to build a brand, because every single day there's thousands of brands being built. Everyone's like, I have a brand, I have a marketing agency, but 95% of them never actually get big paying clients or rise above the noise. We want to make sure you guys solidify a brand that actually is the game changer that really not just makes you a lot of money, but makes a big impact and rises above the 1%.
What's awesome is I was just at the event I was speaking at, and it was like, I got paid, so I was like, awesome. I'm just honored to like always get paid to talk to people on stage and impact them and be following my purpose. It's so awesome. And obviously my fiance gets to come with me, and it's the best. But
what up, Jenna?
Woo! She's in the back. That hotel lifestyle traveling.
Love it.
So my point here is that the audience was full of 50 and 60-year-olds in the health insurance industry. And I'm over here like, wow, this is a totally different audience that I don't think has a clue about what I'm going to talk about. And I made it relevant to them enough where they all were like, oh my gosh. At first I wasn't sure, But now I'm like, I got to be doing this. And I just told him, I was like, look, if you want to follow the old principles, the way it used to be done, that's fine. But you won't be relevant in 5 years. And here's a crazy statistic why you have to be relevant to millennials, which means you have to learn the marketing and networking strategies that work today with top millennials, is that 75% of the whole U.S. workforce is going to be millennials. 75% of the whole U.S. workforce is millennials by 2025.
Jeez. Yeah.
So if you don't know how to market and sell and network and partner with not only baby boomers and millennials at all ages, obviously
it's adapt or die. I mean, I really think in the next couple of years, it's adapt or die. You're either going to adapt to the new times. How do me and you spoke with Caleb Maddox, who was on the academy and who is crushing it. He's 16 now and he's going to make $500,000. How do we know 15, 16, and 17-year-olds making $1 million plus per year? And how do we know broke 40 and 50-year-olds? And I'm not saying this is good. It's sad. But the reality is, it doesn't matter if it's sad or not. There's so much money being made. And if you want to capitalize on that, really understand how to attract the money and how to make it, you have to adapt, not be stubborn, and be willing to not just invest in yourself, but change your ways, change your philosophies, adapt to new times. Because like I said, what worked 5 or 10 years ago, Mark, doesn't work anymore. And it's not just about age. It's about networking more than age. People tell us both, oh, but Peter, I have 25 years of experience. No, you don't. You have 1 year of experience repeated 25 times because you're doing the same stuff over and over again, and you're not innovating. You're not growing yourself. You're not bettering your best. If you do the same thing every year, you do not have 25 years of experience. You have one.
What's ironic about all of this is, as we come to a wrap, it's like I'm just thinking about people I was just speaking to, 50 and 60 years old, and I'm like, look, I know you feel like you've invested. Some guy was in some crazy private information securities company, and he's like, I can't do half of what you just taught because I have to get attorneys to write off on it. And I was like, look, I'm going to give you advice one of my mentors gave me. Sometimes you might have committed to 10 years on something to try to be successful, but at the end of the day, sometimes the key to success is knowing when to let go and start completely over on something that in 3 years can make you a millionaire, even though you've been struggling to make 6 figures in 10 years. You might want to let go of it so you can go and make 7 figures in 3 short years by mastering something as simple as learning how to use the internet and sell and add value and make money. So I was explaining to people, I was like, look, I know that you've been doing healthcare for 15, 20 years, some of you 30 years, and the thought of even doing something different just seems wrong. I said, but here's the thing. You've already been doing it for 30 years and you're still not where you want. So why not let go and then add something on like what I just shared with you, so that in the next 2 years, you're actually relevant and crushing it because no one else in your industry is doing it. And everyone was just like, pfft. So the point is, for people listening, I mean, we're going to be sharing stuff with you that's going to make you invincible. As the technology and the robots and software and everything becomes easier, jobs are going to get replaced and businesses are going to keep going out of business. And another stat, by 2020, 50% of the U.S. workforce is freelance independent contractors, which means that there's 50% of people can't get a job, so they have to be a freelancer and try to figure out how to get clients. So you got to know how to sell, you got to know how to market yourself, and you got to know how to build a personal brand, because if you're a solopreneur, you don't have a business brand, you don't have a good marketing or sales strategy, because if you did, you'd have the money to hire someone. So as a solopreneur who's a freelance independent contractor, you have to build a personal brand and know how to use social media with content. And we're going to be breaking all this stuff down for everybody. So
100%. I love it. That's awesome. And the cool thing is, we're going to teach you how to make sure that you know how to leverage and build a team and hire and train VAs. Because like you said, if you're not a master at sales, we will give you the sales process and teach you how to hire. So it's not just about you doing everything. We both have a team that does, to be honest, for me, they do 90% of the stuff because I'm only focused on my area of genius.
That's why I never travel with my fiance, Jenna, and we're able to just kick it here.
Because your team's doing everything.
Because my team's doing everything. Literally, we're making money here. I told her, I was like, how cool is it that we're making money right now out in Dallas while we were at the botanical gardens looking at flowers, and we were just making money. And I was like, so cool. Didn't you go to
the spa 2 days in a row?
We just went one day.
Oh, I saw on your story. I'm like, did you go 2 days in a row? You're an entrepreneur if you went 2 days in a row. Cool. Yeah. I'm excited, man. And by the way, guys, we're not going to give too many details. If you're interested, let us know below. It's May 12th.
Yeah, if you guys watch,
it's catered. Everything's catered. There'll be a video crew. It's just a really, really laid back vibe for you to network. We're going to open up our Rolodex to you and open up our network to you. And it's going to be customized and catered to who's there. It's not a strict agenda. It's customized to what you guys need as well. And there's a lot of hacks and things that we've done in the last couple of years that have not just made us 7 figures, but helped us have a better lifestyle, because there's nothing more important, I don't think, than your peace of mind, but also living a life on your terms that you're proud of and that you're excited about as well. And for me, Mark, people have to understand, you said it earlier in a different way, but you're never going to get to 7 figures of income doing more of what got you 6 figures. Yeah. People just, I got to work more. I know a lot of people making 6 figures, working 100 hours a week, and they're trying to get to 7. It's never going to happen. You have to understand how to leverage technology. Yeah.
That's the counterintuitive part. Getting to 7 figures, you have to do less.
Yeah, it's weird.
There's a lot of reasons why you could be stuck at 6 figures. But again, come to the house. We'll spend a full day breaking down how you can get to 7. But yeah, you have to do less, which is counterintuitive. So
I'm excited, man. I'll let you get back. I know it's 9:50 there. I want to appreciate you. My battery's at 3%. But we just wanted to give some value, guys. Maybe if we did say we'd do a question or two. Let's see if they have any questions.
I was looking through. I don't see really any.
Cool. You guys are just ready to execute. Will there be doing another one this year? We haven't decided, possibly, but I would take action on this one as well.
Andy's in my membership. What up, Andy? Yeah, I mean, if you want to come to this, just reach out to me. Let me know. But it is May 12th, and we don't know when we're doing another one. Just like we will do another one. We just don't know when. There's not a calendar set, because we're going to be launching our 12-month mastermind and be focused on that for a little while we put everything together. So we'll actually be focused on that after this.
If you're watching this and it's past May 12th, how you figure out if we're doing another one is go to GameChangerMastermind.com. So you guys can check out. It's not for everybody, and obviously we are selective. You can't just you guys
are coming to my house, so we're going to be selective. And I tell people over the phone, they're like, "Oh my God, I'm talking with you." And I was like, "Well, normally you'd be talking to somebody in my team, on my company, who's a sales strategist who's going to talk with you, but
it's your house
because it's my house." So I'm like, I'm personally going to take the time to talk with each person who we think is a fit, because you're going to come to my house. So it's kind of a big deal.
For sure. Well, Mark, I appreciate you, man. I love what you're doing, and it's good to continue to build our relationship, build our friendship, build our networks together. And I'm super pumped. This is going to be epic. These are things that we both talked about how we love impacting people in person. There's some type of different vibe, like me and you right here and them being online. There's such a different feeling when they're actually in front of us and we're writing down notes with them and we're diving into their business. So I look forward to you guys. If you're not going, no problem. Hopefully you guys still get value from us. We appreciate you guys. Mark, all love, man. Tell Jenna I said bye. Jenna, bye.
Bye.
Did she fall asleep?
No,
all right, I appreciate you, man.
You, bro. You too. Bye.
Right, yeah. See you guys.